Hmm. Okay. Um, First and foremost, I want to welcome you back and say I know a lot of you have been wondering where I've been, missing in action. Um, there's quite a bit that I have. So, anyway, let's just jump right on into this. Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you all have had an eventful and a joyful week. I hope that you have, um, quite frankly, that everybody is in good health and have enjoyed the time that we have been given in the week past while we look forward to another week upcoming. I need to, just to catch you up to speed, in regards to the video series. I'm going to touch on that in a moment. And it was very much my intent to see to it that we had the next one up by that Monday morning. However, again, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. So, right now, let me just say, for all intensive purposes, uh, we do not have any longer a board of directors. We no longer have a board of directors. Now, that information is a little confusing, which is precisely why I'm saying this now so that we actually have a record uh, of me sharing this with the public so that there would be no more confusion. So, I'm going to say that one more time. We no longer have a board of directors. Now, that is confusing because of this reason. Um, the actual fact of the matter is, we never had a board of directors. And what I mean by that is the organization that we all are part of, those that are members, those who are past members or current members, known as the United House of Prayer for All People of the Church on the Rock of the Apostolic Faith, some say apostolic. Um, we've never had a board of directors. So, what we did, we came together, and the members who are in support of what it is that we are doing came together and had a meeting that we had given an invitation to everyone within our organization to attend, to include Mr. Cunningham, as well as every other member, particularly Mrs. or Miss Madison. I don't know which one she goes by. So, yes, I know you're confused, which is why, again, we're doing this so that there's no more confusion. We want to make sure that there's no confusion, that there's no questions, that there's absolute clarity on the matter. So, with that said, I have quite a bit to talk about tonight. So, there is no board of directors because as we go forward, we need to be clear and precise with the language that we use. We need to speak so that everybody has an accurate and a complete understanding on what it is that we say. So, we being anybody who is representing any group of people a part of our organization or any other organization for that matter. Many things I've said throughout the videos that I've put out, I want to foremost say that I apologize um, to Mr. Cunningham. And I know that this is odd. Um, I apologize to Mr. Cunningham. I apologize to Mrs. Madison. I apologize to anyone throughout the entire organization for many of the things that I said in the way that I said it. I want to be absolutely clear. I do not apologize for the things that I did put out. The things that I said pertaining to things that's going on were all factual, every single one of them. But the things that I've said pertaining to this is all over. This is, in a nutshell, done. That we got this, we that. I don't want to prophesy. I don't want to give any longer any impressions that I'm foretelling future events. And I don't want to make anything seem like in the videos that I'm promising anything. All that said, whatever happens, all of us will see when it happens. Whatever is going to come of all of this, every single one of us will find out when the decisions are made. We will all know when we all know. Those decisions may be made in the next few days. Those decisions may be made in the next few weeks. Those decisions may be made in the next few months. However, I need to make sure that you all understand clearly that there is no knowledge of when these things are going to be. So with that in mind, bringing us now to what we've done online, openly, publicly, giving out invitations for all of the members to attend. There's nothing that we've done so far that is a problem. There's nothing that we've done so far that's been illegal. There's nothing that we've done so far that's been illegitimate. But again, as we go forward, I'm speaking this way for a reason, so that everybody, and it's again being videoed, live streamed, so that everybody will know absolutely 100% that there is no longer any confusion of the matter. The United House of Prayer for All People does not have a board of directors. The declaration that I'd written, I wrote. The group of individuals that have assembled along with me to support this cause, they did not write, nor did they issue, nor did they promote anything at all, bringing me to the group of individuals. For everybody that has joined in with our efforts, for everyone that became a part of our group, we are not, nor will we be going forward, known as a new board of directors. We are not, nor will we be known as a replacement board of directors. We will not be calling ourselves a board of directors. And the reason for that is this, again, so that you all understand. when individuals look at any paperwork about what's going on, those individuals need to read and understand clearly without having to pick up a phone and call anybody and ask questions. So, for us to call ourselves a board of directors, a new board of directors, a replacement board of directors, it does not give a clear indication as to who we are, nor does it give a clear understanding as to purpose. So that brings us to this point. Who are we? If we are a collective group of members of the organization that have assembled and we came together, we're still meeting, then the question is, who are we? Again, we're not a board. What we are, however, we are now the Reform and Governance Review Committee. We are the Reform and Governance Review Committee. We are a group of members who happen to be whistleblowers, and we are working collectively to review and discuss and talk about the laws and the procedures and the policies and the rules, regulations, the bylaws, but mostly the constitution of our organization. We are collectively discussing, identifying, pointing out, and talking about violations that have occurred according to the Constitution and any other regulations that we have in effect for our organization. It's important that we understand this because for all of the members of the organization, and those of you who are not, but you're members of your own organization, it's extremely important that we get the dialogue correct and we choose our verbiage wisely. Many of us are saying things without considering the things that we're saying as we listen to one another to understand is one thing. But I did not take into account that the things that I'm saying is going to be applied on paper for other people to read without having an understanding of the backstory. So instead of me simply saying things on video for individuals to follow along or to go back and watch other videos, I needed to be reminded to utilize certain language and verbiage so that when it's written down on paper, anybody reading what's going on paper will have a complete and accurate understanding of what it is that's being said. So when they look at on paper, as an example, the United House of Prayer Replacement Board of Directors, that is not clear, nor is it going to yield understanding. So if you're in an office and you read that paperwork, United House of Prayer for All People, new board of directors, replacement board of directors, or whatever, the question is going to be, why is the board of directors complaining about violations within their organization and leadership when the board of directors have authority to fix this problem so that there are no problems because they've been given authority to have oversight over their leaders? Remember, the board of directors, they're the ones who hire a CEO. A board of directors, they're the ones who have the ability to fire a CEO and any other executive officer in an organization. The CEO is an employee according to the law of that organization. Now, as we look at all of this, our laws stipulate that the leaders here has been doing things unethically as well as unlawfully. And the language tells us this. Their actions prove it, and the evidence is already in black and white. So when we come in and say that we're the new board, well, people who's reading this downtown or wherever they may be, they're not going to have a clear understanding. So they're going to need to call people to find out what's going on. And then they're going to need to call other people to verify the information from the people that they just called. It eliminates time consumption if the verbiage is accurate and clear of any misunderstandings. So as we go forward, saying that we're the United House of Prayer Reform and Governance Review Committee makes a whole lot of sense. It's easy to understand. It's clearly identifying you as a group of members who's talking about and reviewing your laws and your procedures and your policies and your governance. Boom, problem solved. So we don't have a board. Secondly, as a result of not having a board, even though we have individuals that were preparing to serve as roles on the board, by that I mean president, vice president, treasurer, recording secretary, regional board representatives, as well as at-large members. We're no longer utilizing titles. We're not utilizing positions or roles. So even that is important, because if you don't have a title, then that means you don't have the responsibility or the obligations to serve in that capacity. So as a result of that, we're simply a group of people who come together and talk about the laws of the organization and the violations. Now, that puts us in a position that's even more favorable than a board of directors would have been. That puts us in a position that's even better than being a board of directors. And that position is going to turn out to work out in a better place of legal position than to call ourselves a board. So by making this modification, we're literally doing something to advance ourselves rather than put ourselves in a position where we're kind of retreating. This is not a retreat move. This is an advance move. So for those of you who think that this is sounding like bad news, okay, I get it. It kind of is. But for those of you who understand, then I hope that you get the fact that it really is not. So as we go forward, the question is, so what is it that you guys are? We are a reform committee. And we are now established for the United House of Prayer Governance Review. We're not proposing a new policy. We're not proposing new procedures, a new constitution. I was already doing these things. I was preparing so that we can jump right in the saddle and take right on off. However, we're doing none of those things. We have not done anything at all to take an action to apply to the organization. So because we have not brought forward a replacement constitution, because we have not voted on a replacement constitution, because we have not replaced the Constitution, there's nothing that we've done officially. There has been no official acts from the group that we were calling a board. So we are now the proposed interim governance committee, and we are subject to outside regulatory involvement and actions that come from those regulatory agencies. We're waiting for outside help to come in and help guide us and tell us what to do to fix the problems going on within our organization. So the reality is, while we are talking about identifying and pointing out the problems in the government of our organization, we're also standing still, not doing anything, not issuing orders, not taking up votes. We're not trying to force ourselves into a place of authority. We're not trying to take authority. We're not trying to move anybody. We're doing nothing whatsoever except waiting for outside regulatory agencies to let us know what we need to do to fix this problem. That is being done because even though we have a group of individuals on governmental bodies, the fact of the matter remains that that group of individuals on the governing bodies have gone completely rogue, and they're doing nothing whatsoever to resolve the problems and the issues according to individuals violating our laws. And because we have exhausted all efforts to try to have these issues and these concerns brought before the organization so that we can fix these problems, so that we can address these problems, so that we can give the governing bodies the opportunity to determine how we're going to move forward as an organization. And yet every step we took, every measure that we took, every opportunity that we presented was ignored and completely rejected. So since we meticulously attempted to go through every single option that we have in our laws, and it's been now 3.5 years, you only know about the videos. But I've also talked about the texting. I've talked about the phone calls. I've talked about the one-on-one meetings with various individuals within our leadership. I've talked about face-to-face meetings. I've talked about the letters that I've written to the entire organization to be circulated by email, by postal means through the mail, by text messaging, by phone call, and by face-to-face. I did that for a year. Myself and my wife, we put things out. Nothing came of it because many times it was blocked and individuals in positions of authority brought it to a stop. For those of you who said, well, why can't I try some other way to remedy this problem because he's going about it the wrong way online? Well, I've also said, for those of you who don't know, that for years I've attempted to bring some of these things to the bishop. I've talked about these issues to the senior minister. I've brought these matters to the judges on council. I've talked about these things to chairmen, state chairmen, and district chairmen. And I've identified these things with the pastors, many of the pastors of the organization, and many of the elders. So I've gone around the members to avoid causing anybody to look at the leadership any type of way. I did everything I could to protect the leaders while trying to bring these matters forward behind everybody's back, while still I was being made to look like by our leaders as if I'm doing something wrong and breaking our laws, and as if I'm somehow going against the grain. And these things were being done collectively and intentionally by our leaders out in the open or behind closed doors to turn membership against me so that they would not hear me, because they already knew the issues I was bringing to them. So now, since we've done everything that we could, we're now waiting for outside regulating agencies to tell us what to do. We have never exercised authority. We have not issued orders. We have not tried to control assets. We have not removed anybody. We have not represented ourselves to banks or courts or any of the regulating officers. Again, we've been waiting to try to restore lawful governance in alignment with the 501c3 nonprofit regulations. We are not using, as I said, titles or roles, and we won't be. We're not promising anything nor guaranteeing anything to anybody or any group, and we won't be. We're again waiting to see what's going to happen. Whether it happens on tomorrow or whether it happens a month from now or 3 months from now, whenever it happens, that's when it happens. And then we can all be grateful to see that there's something being done to prevent the history of neglect, as well as individuals violating our laws and covering up for one another while holding others accountable to the same laws that they're not holding themselves accountable to. So with that in mind, again, as we go forward, we're a whistleblower coalition made up of a group of concerned members about the current governance of the House of Prayer. And anybody else that wants to join us, all you got to do is reach out. Everyone that's a part of our group will have protections afforded to them by every single regulating agency in the country. I cannot stipulate that any more plainly. In order to have the protections that we have afforded to us, you must identify as a supporter of or an individual who's calling attention to what's going on. Foul ball, right? Who is it that gets the attention? The one who blows the whistle in a football game, basketball game, throws a flag out. They have the ability and the power to stop everything so that you can examine what they are saying is a foul. That's all a whistleblower is. They're calling attention to something that might not be right before we continue in the game. So with that in mind, individuals will be able to come and allow us to see, well, are they playing fair? Are they playing by the rules? And if they're not playing by the rules, if they're not playing fair, then is it fair for them to get the trophy? Is it fair for them to win the Super Bowl? If the viewing audience in the stadium is sitting back watching all these fouls not being called, if they're watching all these plays, the ball did not cross the line, how is it that you are going to call first down when it's obviously time to turn the ball over to the other team? Everybody sees cheating. So many people who's watching the game, fans, who are saying, just let them play a fair game. The best man wins. But when you have referees running around on the field, not calling fouls, not calling rough play, not calling all types of things they should be calling against one team, and the audience is watching them make up fouls against the other team, which is incidentally why they created an instant replay rule, because people lost their trust in the referees. So now instant replay says, well, we're going to allow all of you to see what the camera picked up. And now they have the big screen, so everybody can look at the screen who no longer trust the referees out on the field. Now they look at the screen, and the screen says what the referees say. And then everybody says, okay. But they don't leave the stadium because they see that the referee called a good call. And the means, my team dropped the ball. That's okay. We're still in it. We're still in it. Come on, come on, come on. And you still keep your fans. But when people see obvious cheating, and when people see obvious rules being broken or not enforced against one side of the field, you're going to lose fans. When you lose fans, you lose money. When you lose money, people start getting fired. Right now, we're looking at a situation where fans have been walking out the stadium left and right, because for the longest time, they're seeing you got referees not calling calls against the team that's always taking home the trophy. How is it that this team keeps winning trophy after trophy after trophy? You got all these other teams playing their heart out, trying to just do their job. But the refs keep ensuring that the game goes to the ones carrying the trophy by calling things against this other team. The problem here is that sometimes people don't know that the refs are also getting paid under the table. Now, in this case, in our organization, a lot of the members don't know who the refs are, but they do see people in uniform out on the field. And a lot of the members don't understand that the refs calling these calls might not be calling fair calls. And we don't have the luxury of having an instant replay because there was no camera on the call. But we do have black and white. And so whenever the fans begin to complain about calls being called against a team, but it's made up, or calls not being called against another team, and these are real calls, then the fans can write the league and tell them what's going on. And the league will look into that game and fix it. Right now, we have this group of people, and this is their job, looking at all these things and identifying 100% how individuals and leadership are breaking the laws. This is not a personal matter. All these individuals coming together do not have grudges. All of these people coming together, they're not saying, I want to be a pastor. You have sisters and brothers in this group saying the same thing. No, we don't like the cheating. We don't like the violations. We furthermore don't like the fact that the ones who are cheating and the ones who are committing violations, they are claiming that people are cheating who we know are not cheating. They're claiming that people are committing violations that the evidence shows they're not committing no violations whatsoever. So how is it that year after year after year after year, you keep ending up with individuals playing out on the field, but they're getting caught with rough play. They're getting caught with fouls. They're getting caught doing all kinds of things and getting away with it. Whereas the ones getting kicked off. The team are sitting on the bench. These are your best players playing by all the rules. Oh, so obviously you want to sit them down because you realize they're going to win the game and you won't get those trophies no more. And so when people in the stadium truly begin to understand what's really going on, the question is, are they going to still be rooting for their favorite team that they've been calling a champion for all of these years, knowing that the champion and all of those trophies that they won and all of those titles year after year after year after year, the fans realize that the champion's been cheating the whole time. I wonder how many of those fans are going to remain loyal to the team that was caught and now it's been discovered they've been cheating for years. So here's our point. We have a group of people, men and women. Nobody can say that they have a grudge because some of them, the leadership did not personally do anything to take them out of a position. Nobody can claim that they're disgruntled because some of them, the leadership didn't do anything to them personally. Some of them sat back and watched from the bleachers. Some of them sat back and saw a referee cheat on the field. Some of them said enough is enough. And I'm going to stand up as one single voice from the bleachers and cry out, you need to get off the field. And other people will begin to chime in eventually if you can get them to understand they're cheating. Look at how they're cheating. So this is all we're here to do. We're only here to identify and let all the other fans in the stadium know you got a rigged game out here. Now, y'all can keep on being loyal to this team if you want to, but you're just pouring money down the drain because all those jerseys that you're wearing with your favorite player on the back, everybody is beginning to find out that your favorite player is dirty. Everybody beginning to find out that all those jerseys being worn, many people taking them off and burning them up. Because one thing that a whole lot of fans don't like is a dirty player. One thing that fans all around the world can't stand is a player who's getting accolades and the evidence shows everywhere that they've been cheating the whole time. So as we go forward, we're going to be avoiding language saying that they're cheating. We're going to be avoiding language saying that the team is guilty of foul play. We're not going to be saying that they're cheating. We're not going to be saying that they're guilty. We're not going to say they did anything. All we're going to do is sit back on the field. And some are going to be on the side drinking Gatorade while they're sitting on the bench waiting. And we're going to let the referees do their job. And we're going to let the fans sit back and watch and wait while all of us wait for the referees to call the play. And when they determine whether or not it was a violation, when they determine whether or not it was cheating, then we're going to break and we're going to get back out on the field. And at that time, we will know whether or not the ball is in your team or whether the ball is in the hands of our team. But the referees are going to decide, and then we're going to go from there. So going forward, there's no guilty parties. Going forward, we're not calling nobody a cheater. Going forward, we're not saying they did anything. Going forward, the refs are going to decide. We got the instant replay rule, and we're all going to find out in a matter of a little teeny tiny bit of time, whether or not it's a day, whether it's a week, whether or not it's a month. We're all going to find out at that time. Now, when we get the phone call is not going to determine guilt. The phone call is not going to determine innocence. It's not going to determine anything. It's just going to say, okay, we got some more refs coming out on the field. And now, while everybody's sitting back waiting, here comes another ref walking into the room. Here comes another ref walking into the room. Here comes one more ref walking into the room. We're hoping to get as many referees as we can get so that they can all sit back and look at the evidence. Let them rewind the tapes. Let them look at the play, and then let them decide. So that might take them a while to look at the evidence. What I'm encouraging everybody to do is sit back and wait. We're going to be talking together. We're going to be still meeting. And while we're meeting, we're going to be going over the violations that we can find in our law books. And we're just going to be documenting. Anybody out there, if you know of anyone that's been treated unlawfully, if you know of anybody that has feel like they've been retaliated against, if you know of anybody that's been removed or stripped of their title or position for anything that you feel is wrong. I understand that we had 2 evictions. By all means, get those individuals to reach out to us. We need to talk. Let them know that there's individuals here trying to do whatever we can to help everybody out there. We're looking to get everything brought to a screeching halt. Can't go any further than that. However, for now, just understand we made some calls for some referees to come out onto the field. When they come onto the field, they're going to be looking at everything, and they're going to be determining for us what it is that can be done for other players that were carried off the field, for other players that's been sat down on the bench. So this all matters because, again, from the regulating agency's perspective, they need to see clear language. And as a result of not hearing from one person, but from hearing from a group of people, and everybody that they're hearing from is not on the group. There's others that are not on our body. They're not on the Reform and Governance Review Committee. We have other individuals around the country that don't have yet the time to give to be a part of what we're doing collectively, but they're sending things in. So you individuals out there, your information will be going along with the rest of the information that we are forwarding. Yeah. So that in mind, so that's my apology, and that's my announcement to the public. When it comes to the video series, I meant to have one out Monday. I did not have one out Monday. So then I meant to have it out on Tuesday. That didn't happen. And what I've been saying is, we know that this is all being done by his leadership, his guidance. My wife and I, many of you have been praying that we're led to do the right thing. We're led to take the right steps. We're led to carry out the right measures. So far, people have been, impressed beyond measure. With all of that in mind, I can no longer conduct nor continue the videos under the purpose that I was doing the video series. We can continue with the same name, My Best Self Series. However, the purpose that was behind it before can be no longer. So I have to make another phone call. If it is determined that the videos can continue currently right now, then we will do that under the purpose of simply helping individuals help themselves. So the video series will be allowing you all to identify certain things about yourself so that you can benefit yourself. So it will then become a type of self help series. No longer will it be a leadership training video series. We were using it to train many of the members throughout the organization to become leaders by changing the way that you view certain things and your perceptions about things, and to bring you from a position of hurt and mental anguish and pain. The information is still the same. The assessments will still be the same. The conclusions will still be the same. It will still help anybody, but the purpose behind it is now different. We're no longer utilizing the series in order to prepare individuals to go into leadership roles. It's not for that purpose any longer. So for those of you, again, who has been looking forward to and even sharing how much it has helped and how much it has benefited and how much you've grown already in this little amount of time. We're talking about what, 2 weeks, just by doing these little exercises that might take 5 to 10 minutes. You're seeing the growth and the effect and the impact. I'm grateful because I'm seeing it also in some of you and how you're reaching out, as well as in myself. So that's where we are with the video series. And that's what we're going to be doing with them as we prepare to go forward. So where does that leave us now? Right now, I have the intent of continuing the video model that I was doing before and just talking about different subjects. I will still be able to bring history, the history of the organization, the certain practices of the organization, to give you just an idea. We have a lot of things. I have a lot of information coming from you all, things from the Founders Day. There's a ton of information from his successor, Mr. McCullough. There's a bunch of information coming from his successor, Mr. Madison. And there's a load of information pertaining to Mr. Bailey. We have a lot of information and things pertaining to Mr. Cunningham simply because, well, he's special. He's doing a lot. He's doing the most. And so as a result of that, we can kind of take these things, the actions, and we can line them up and we can show why they're doing what they're doing. So we may be presenting maybe one, maybe more videos a week. I don't know as we go forward, no promises. And I've been literally getting maybe 4, maybe 16, 20. I don't even want to say. I've been up for hours and hours and hours, sometimes 30 or more hours straight while taking care of some of these things. But we're almost done. We're so very close to being finished. So that'll free up my time to be able to once again get back to videoing. So we just needed to finalize some things that needed to go off, and a couple of other things so that people are waiting on. With that in mind, for you all you have to do is sit back and wait. Enjoy the hot dogs and popcorn, right? And the cotton candy in the stands while watching. I will still be bringing announcements to you. Right now, we have a goal that was requested. for 10,000 members to give $500 each. Apparently, that goal has been changed. There in Washington, D.C., instead of the goal being $500 per member, the goal is $1,000 per member. And the deadline is to have $1,000 per member by Wednesday. Cutoff is the end of the year, by the 31st. This is $5 million total. The problem that many of the individuals who have reached out have shared with me that people are having is that they're just getting out of this situation after being furloughed. Many people who fell behind a bit on their bills, they had to deal with those situations and those issues. Yes, they got, they went back to work. However, you're still talking about over a month worth of money that did not come in. You're still talking about the fact that Thanksgiving was just here. You're still talking about Christmas, that many people celebrate these times right here. Thanksgiving, a lot of people are traveling to be with their families. And we know travel takes expense. Hotels, if nobody knows about travel expense, members of the House of Prayer certainly know about travel expense on the road all the time. So Thanksgiving, and then with Christmas, how much money going out for that? And then in this time of year, because this is the time of year that most of the pastors are sent out from Charlotte in the first week of Charlotte, where changes are made. Well, October, November, December, you're looking at a whole lot of pastors' anniversaries where the people are being expected to give huge, give big wherever you can. But besides Thanksgiving expenses, besides Christmas expenses, besides now Thanksgiving and Christmas love gift, besides all your other expenses with travel and family and the gifting, besides all of those things, now compile that with another $1,000 just to be given. For what reason? If anything, the people should be getting, especially since they just went through this furlough, especially since for a while they didn't have food to put on their tables, especially since the beginning of this year, they've given tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to the organization. The people should be given, especially since all of the meat that's been given in mine house, that there will be meat in mine house, is what the scripture said. And the purpose of that meat in that house, in the storage from all the gathering of the people, not only all year long, but last year and the year before that, and all these other years, where all this was stored, but the doors were never opened up for the people. That is storage for the people. But nothing ever came out of the storage for them. And as one person put it, even chicken wings at Paradise Cafeteria went from $2 to $3. Instead of store coming out of the storage, well, we're going to charge more money. When the people are in dire needs of your basic necessity, food, we're going to increase the price of food. You can't make this stuff up. So around Washington, they're just catching it left and right, left and right. Around the country, all the other members are catching it left and right, along with the people outside the organization. So when he came, you all already know about the Maybach, the brand new Maybach. The disconnect is so very, very, very bad that there is no concern about the people at all. And so now in leaving, we look back at all of the needs of the people that did not get addressed. We look back at all the things that the people were in need of. And I know this is needs, but we're not just talking about food anymore, because now we're talking about winter season. And even if you're in a home, everybody knows that the expenses of utilities go up because people turning their heat on. Everybody knows that expenses go up during 2 times a year, the hottest time of the year in the summer and the coldest time of the year in the winter. So there's still needs that are going unmet. And for those individuals who don't have those finances, if you just happen to be, well, behind a little bit, especially when you were in a furlough, especially when you got to catch up on things because you was in a furlough, especially when other people are knocking on the door because you got backed up on things because you were in a furlough, it should be at least understandable that, well, they might fall behind in their rent. Well, the answer and the resolution to that issue is not so much that we understand. We understand. In fact, we put together a program. Anybody, all the members of the organization, if you need financial help, reach out, call us, let us know you need help. We got people over there. They're going to give you an application for you to put your information on and identify where you need help. What do you need? What can we do for you? And then you fill it out. Only to be told, I'm sorry. We have stipulations. Stipulations? What do you mean we have stipulations? You said that if we need help, come and let you know we need help. I need help. Stipulations are you have to be a faithful member. Well, how much more faithful are you going to get? I was born and raised in here. Those were individuals that grew up in here. They didn't grow up in here, but they've been here now for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years. Even if not 5, some been here, new members, for 1 or 2 years, and they're there every single night or week on their post, paying tithes, G-class, house offering, love gift, Sunday school, grace aid, scholarship fund, scholastic achievement awards, state assessments, pastor's offering, parsonage expense, chairman's travel, you name it. They did it over and over and over again. Sold tickets, bought food in the cafeteria, even though it might have been almost double whatever you're going to pay out there. A chicken wing, not jumbo wing, a chicken wing, $3 for one wing, two wings, $6. You can get a value meal for $6. You can go to other places and get a nice hearty sandwich, a drink, something on the side. And we're in need. And you are a nonprofit. You are supposed to be serving a charitable cause. Okay, what does a faithful member mean? Identify for me a faithful member, please. Well, I don't know. I have to see the pastor. Faithful member is just a phrase to give the illusion that you're trying to help people. It is the clause to allow you to say you don't meet the criteria or the qualifications. I'm still waiting for people to call to tell me who these persons are that applied and received financial help from our organization, especially when we all get news that there's a waiting list of individuals about to get evicted because they might be behind on their rent. So if you're trying to help someone, I said last time, these are the individuals that are in dire need. Why do we need an application? If you go up the street to the, what is it called? The mosque, they don't make you fill out an application. You go the other street, the Catholic Center, they don't make you fill out an application. Salvation Army, Red Cross. You have other facilities, Bread Basket giveaway drive. All these facilities in these places, shoot, you can go to grocery stores and Walmart and let them know that you're trying to help the homeless or those in need, and they will write you a check or give you a gift card for you to use to go shop and to get the things that you need, because for them it's a tax write-off. Here, not only is our organization not helping anybody, but they're not even helping the members who were here every night or every week, giving in everything, riding all the buses, giving love gift on the buses, arriving at the services, getting in the love marches during the services, passing up dollars during the program, getting back in line for the Addie's Club, wearing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 buttons. Some people look like walking Christmas ornaments from all the buttons that they got from giving in the Addie's Club programs, necklaces. How much money did they contribute? And we're saying that they don't qualify for help now? You have throughout the organization all kinds of people that are faithful, who believe 100% in what they're doing, who give and give and give, who do. How many individuals are in the cafeterias working every day, if not every weekend, who might have a job and then go into the cafeteria in the evenings and just cutting? My mother have scars on her hand, times when she's working so much sometimes got tired, but the knife cut a finger or even the top of her hand. Other individuals know exactly what I'm talking about. Cafeterias all over the organization. What would she do? She would go rinse it off, wash it off, get the first aid kit, put whatever she got to do on it, clean it. She would get a rubber glove, put the rubber glove on, put a rubber band around it, put another glove on, and wrap that tight with the saran wrap to keep the glove on so that now she can continue doing the work. All kinds of cuts. And many other members like that scattered all over the organization. Bus drivers. Well, shoot, let's talk about the security. They outside in the cold. Sitting there, I told y'all, drinking hot chocolate. Bundled up in the cold. Laying down in cars. No thank you. They didn't get a Christmas card. They didn't get a whatever. But they're there. The secretaries around the organization. Well, the assistant pastors, how faithful are they when they're there doing the job of the pastor? And many of them are on the road traveling all year long, and the assistant pastor holding it down. And if you have a house with no assistant pastor, the youth pastor holding it down, or a local elder or deacon holding it down. But they don't get a weekly offering. They don't get nothing. Nothing. The point here is there's faithful members all over the organization. There's dedicated members all over the organization. There's devoted members all over the organization. How much more faithful, dedicated, and devoted do you have to be than to go out and buy boxes of fruit or vegetables, bring them and donate to your cause, only to have those same fruits and vegetables picked out to be sold back to you for $1 or $2 or $5 or $10 a piece? And you buy it because now it's blessed. And then to auction off a tablecloth for $500 that somebody else donated after they paid $2 for it at one of the Dollar Trees around the corner. When all these people come for assistance, it's not because they're trying to get over. It's because they built the organization from the ground up. They built everything in here. They built the houses and the parsonages that the bishops are living in. They paid for the vehicles that the bishops are riding in. Those $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 cars that some people say, well, he paid that out of his money. Well, where did he get $400,000 to pay for a $400,000 car? It didn't come from pumping gas. That came out of the people's pocket. All those people who gave money on the bus, who right now giving money in his Thanksgiving love gift, his Christmas love gift, his New Year's love gift, while the family didn't get a Thanksgiving love gift. The family got a bill in the mail. The family didn't get a Christmas love gift. The family got an eviction notice on the door. The family not getting a New Year's love gift. The family is getting a New Year's exit while he's threatening to put people out still today. So my question is, why do we have a program saying that the people can get assistance when nobody is getting assistance? only to find out that the assistance is a list of help where you can go to get assistance. This has got to be the most profound slap in the face that I've ever heard of. And we're not saying this because we're picking. We're saying this because it is truly sad for all of these faithful, dedicated, devoted members to be constantly giving, showing their deepest, most heartfelt love for you, only to get what in return? Another request to give you $500 more by the end of the year, a few days away. And now, how do the pastors help the people? Only by coming behind you and telling the people, y'all know what we got to do, not might want to do, what we got to do. Why? Because, the slogan, that's right. We get to do this. We get to go broke. We get to suffer hunger. We get to watch our children go without. We get to see our children being teased. We get to see our children being bullied. We get to experience what it's like to walk because we no longer have the gas at $4 a gallon in some cities or $2.50 in others. I remember when gas was 87 cents. Dating myself, yeah, I'm still young, but the point is, people are dealing with an economy where the prices are going higher and higher and higher, and their dollar bills are getting them less and less and less. But when we're asking the people to keep giving to us and we're giving the people nothing, well, at some point in time, the fans in the stands, they just might say, well, I'm sorry, I can't buy any more peanuts because I don't have anything to give. And little Timmy over here, who wanted to watch the game, can't get his cotton candy because the order is nothing goes out, only if something comes in. So this is not a bashing video. This is a video to help explain a few things so that we're no longer confused about anything. And even though it hurts a lot of people to see the truth in these words, there's healing in hearing the truth. When you begin to feel the feelings that come along with being taken advantage of, when you begin to feel the feelings that come along with being manipulated, that's the beginning of an eye-opening experience. You know what? He's right. We're at the end of 2025. How many years have I been doing this? Giving. And I mean, what did we get out of it? Truly. And now we're a few days away and he's coming right back again. How quickly is his return once again to collect more after he just left from collecting more? And instead of doing anything to get back inside of the $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 vehicle with the paper plates because it's brand new, so that everybody can, man, that's a nice car. Look at the rims. While other people are listening to the compliments, but I'm listening to your stomach growling. Your stomach don't care about those shiny rims. Your stomach don't care about that man's paper plate. How many more dollars do I need to give in here for you to get another Maybach? This is 2025. You became bishop 2023, October. 2024 was your first Maybach. 2025 was the second Maybach. We're going into 2026. Are we going to see another Maybach next year? Why can't some of the people get a Maybach? Why can't some of the people get on the tip of my tongue? What's that box of oodles and noodles? It's not Maybach. It's May something. The company. The people can't even get some oodles and noodles. We can't get noodles. You can't go into the cafeteria and get noodles. You can't get rice. We can't get one of those wings. Now, this wing is $3. It's comical, but it's sad. And when I get more money next week, instead of thinking about my bills, I need to be thinking about that $500. Yes, Markin, however you pronounce it. Oodles and noodles, a case. We can't get that, people. Come on. Really? Come on. So we have all these things going on. And right now it's getting ready to come back to DC on, I think it's the 3rd and the 4th. Top Ramen. Top Ramen, but the name of the company is Markin. All I'm suggesting is maybe we need to think about ourselves. Really. If after a while you begin to see the pattern is he's not going to think about you. There is a saying that says, if I keep repeating my behavior, expecting something different, but keep getting the same thing while expecting something different, that's the definition of insanity. If I keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again, and the same thing happens, but I'm expecting something different, that's insanity. If I keep on giving and giving and giving and giving and expecting, I've been now 40 some years as I get ready to come to an end of these things. And I'm going to read a few things that came to me. I've been here 40 plus years, 40, maybe 45, 46, going on 46. I cannot recall when the members ever received from the organization as a collective. I cannot recall when the people got from the organization. I cannot name one time, and this is sad to me. It is an absolute downright shame, because I do remember hearing over and over and over again, we're going to need to take care of you one day. The time is going to come. The time is going to come. Mark my word. We're going to have to provide. I've seen a lot of natural disasters. I've seen a lot of events that come. I've seen a lot of issues with the economy. I've seen a lot of things with the government. I've seen a lot of times when we're down and out. I still have yet to see one time our organization help its members. I've seen the members help members. I've seen the members help other people outside the house of prayer. I've seen our members outside the house of prayer looking for help from other people. I've seen our members bringing bags and boxes and cases of food from outside sources to the house of prayer to help the members of the house of prayer. But never have I seen the leaders of the house of prayer provide for the people of the house of prayer, let alone outside. This is a terrible shame. The question is, when will we look at this pattern and determine, you know what? I'm going to take care of me this year. Since you're constantly telling me, we need, you all need to help. You all need to help. Help us take care of what we got to take care of. He told me to tell you to give me. He told me to tell you to give me. But when it's time for you to get from him, every single time what comes, no, trust God. You trust him. I'm trusting you. I'm trusting all of y'all. Y'all, come on, right now, going around the country to give orders while he received bags. Give orders. Trust. Y'all trust. Where mine? Gimme. Y'all trust him. Gimme, where's mine? No, you trust him. You give me too. And the problem here is we don't want to hear this truth. But our healing is in hearing, receiving, and accepting the truth. So once we begin to accept the truth, we will begin to heal. And when we begin to heal, we'll be able to make some educated, common sense, wise decisions to help ourselves with the blessings that he bless us with. Because the truth of the matter is, he has been blessing. But when he give to us, they saying, you give to him by giving to me. And this is a problem. So this year, I'm just saying it may be a good idea, everybody, to start taking care of yourself. Not this year, this week. This week. Try it for 1 week. If you don't do it, nothing else. Try for 1 week. Just 1 week. I'm going to take care of me this week. I'm going to take care of me. I tell people that I'm close to, listen, do me a favor. I love you so much. I love you so very much that I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to use and go to my Father, and I'm going to use what he gave me to take care of me and take care of my responsibilities so that you don't have to. That's how much I love you. I'm going to take care of me so you don't have to. But I want you to love me as much as I love you. How about you love me enough that you take care of you so I don't have to? I love you enough, I'm going to take care of me. How about you love me enough that I don't have to take care of you? If we learn to do that, the world would be such a better place. But the time comes when sometimes people do need help. That's the time when we practice loving one another and help one another. Not take care of somebody who's not helping themselves. That's not scripture. 1 Thessalonians 3:10 talks about a man who won't work ought not eat. Now, I'm not suggesting, well, you don't need to give these people who not working. No, because now we're in a different time. Right now, loss of jobs are everywhere. So I'm looking at the other scripture when there's a line of men downtown in the marketplace standing idle. It looked like they were idle. They weren't. They were waiting for work. Right now, you got men and women all over the place looking for work, but there is none. Those are the ones that need help. We should be helping. My question is this: all the pastors of the organization and councilmen, there's a commercial. Mr. Cunningham used it in one of his speeches, not sermon speeches. He said, "What's in your wallet?" Talking about credit card commercial. Well, I'm going to talk about that commercial to the councilmen, to the pastors, to Mr. Cunningham, to Mrs. Madison. What's in your wallet compared to the wallets of the members of the organization? And if they only have $18 left, should you have your hand out when you might have 18 million in your wallet? Or some of you might have 18 million in tithes, because the reality is you got 180 million. So should you be trying to take that person's $18? Or maybe you should be helping the one who has $18. See, this is a new kind of math that we need to consider, because every one of us got a book, and this stuff is going in our book. So as we get ready to come to a close, at least I'll ask to see if there's anything that anybody has that you would like to add, share, or ask. There's a young man who was fined $2,000. $2,000 fine. And this $2,000 fine was simply because he was dressed a certain way. And because he was dressed a certain way, he could not play on the band. This is how I'm hearing it. I'm only reporting it how I heard it. And so they went and got $2,000 from one of their parents, I think. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was the way he was dressed. Might have been out of uniform, something to that effect. But he got $2,000 out of one of the parents or one of the grandparents of this individual. So then he can go back to playing his horn. We're charging people $2,000. Now, this did not come from Mr. Cunningham. I don't think. This happened to come from Mr. Murray. My question is, how can he find somebody $2,000? How can the local elder find somebody $2,000? How can the council find you $2,000? According to the Constitution, the bishop can't even fine you $2,000. All of that's going to come out later. So what I'm saying is, y'all, your eyebrows are going to raise when you find out how much activity has been going on that the law does not allow. And the referees are going to tell us all. So in just a little bit more time, the refs will be coming in. But $2,000. So somebody wanted me to report this to let you all know what's going on. And I thought, why $2,000? $2,000. That's Addie's Club. I guarantee you that $2,000 went on somebody's name. Anyway, bands and choirs. Some bands are now setting a rule that for all the band members to play on their band, you have to have Um, you have to have $500 to play on their band. Some you have to have $2,000 to play on their band. Grateful I am for the fact that on the band that we were on, incidentally, which Mr. Cunningham assembled and put together when I was a child, 9 years old, started the McCullough Devotions, Salisbury, Maryland. And that's how ironic this is, because he was my leader way back then for a couple of years. Today, well, anyway, so we didn't pay no anything except dues, 25 cents a week dues. But now there's clubs that's telling people they have to pay a minimum of $500 per year or $2,000 per year to be on their club. I'm going to tell you all this, members, this is illegal. And if you have officers doing this, officers take their names and submit their names. And officers who are doing this, you all need to stop, because this is illegal activity. And I'm trying to tell you now. So if you stop now and go back and have a meeting, just like I'm doing in this video, I came back and I apologized for the language that I used that might have been confusing or misleading. I don't want to give misleading information. I do not intend, nor do I want to confuse anybody. So I'm coming back to clarify and clean it up. The day is December 27th. You may want to go back within this next 7 days, because this video has a date on it, timestamp. The next 7 days, y'all might want to go back and have meetings telling everybody, listen, we cannot hold you liable for giving money to allow you to play on this band or sing in this choir. I'm just telling you all now, giving you a heads up. You want to go back and clean this up. If you don't, you will regret it a little bit later. And look how fast 2025 went by. Those refs are going to be here. Y'all pay attention. The elders, we did not get 100 elders last year. He was looking for 100. However, he did get new elders, and there was only a total of 79. 79. The elders are being told all around the organization that if you do not include Addie in your sermons, then it is not a real sermon. Including Addie in the sermon is what makes it no longer a sermon. You're not giving a sermon if you're promoting Addie. You're giving a sermon if you're promoting the Messiah and our Creator. But number one, the Messiah. Why is he number one? Because the Creator made him number one when he gave him all power for all generations of man to believe on him. Now it's a sermon. What I just gave you was a sermon. And if all of you elders take that, just that, stand on that alone every single time, you now have a sermon. I don't want to give this yet. I really don't want to give that yet. For those of you who hear me saying this, there's a few of you who know what I'm talking about when I say I don't want to give this yet. Not yet. It's coming, but not yet. There's some people cracking up right now because they know what I'm talking about. The home purchase on N Street, besides the car, besides the Maybach, There was a house that was bought and purchased on N Street. We have the address. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give them the address. But it was bought 2 days after the furlough. New house was bought. Again, it's just bad timing. Everybody's suffering right now, and we're buying houses and cars, and nobody can get any help. And you come out to take bags of money out that door, nobody getting help. And the order comes back, by the way, it want $500 out of 10,000 people. Wake up. Apparently, there's an expansion program that he's talked about as well. He's going to build a house of prayer in every single state of the country where we are not yet present. The expansion program is we're going to build in every single state, including Hawaii, including Alaska. Now, I don't know who or what man is going to get the order to become the pastor of Alaska, but you better be prepared. And I don't know who will be the pastor sent to Hawaii, but you better get ready. Hawaii, a lot of people would love to go to Hawaii, but I can't see it. We have houses of prayer scattered around the organization right now that's falling apart, not being maintained, not being taken care of. We have houses of prayers with congregations less than 10 people. There's many congregations right now that has less than six people taking care of a house of prayer. And his expectation is for some of these houses with 6 members or less to still have G class and still have love gift. Wake up, people. People, wake up. So with this expansion program, I don't believe it. I'm not buying it, not for a second, because what sense does it make if you're saying you're going to expand the organization and you're going to build houses of prayers in every single state where we are not present? We don't have a presence there, but I'm getting ready to build a brand new house of prayer there. A house of prayer there. Here's an idea. How about we hold off on building houses of prayers in these other states, and let's just take care of the ones that we have right now? But even a better idea than that is, how about we don't even look at that quite yet? Yes, they need to be taken care of. We need to put them on the schedule to get the maintenance issues and all these houses falling apart. Let's get them taken care of, because after all, members that don't know, we did have some fires in houses of prayers from some electrical issues that could have been avoided. But how about we take care of that? And before we get to that, how about we take a little bit of that money and give it to the people in need, instead of holding up an application, say, fill this out, and then turn it around and say, ah, I gotcha. And it's not even April 1st. I got you. Ooh, that was funny. You don't qualify. How about we stop with the games? How about we stop with the mind and the mental gymnastics, the mind tricks, and do what it is that we've been saying that we've been doing all this time? We don't need more houses of prayers built in places where we don't have members. We don't need you to be trying to get men to put in houses of prayers in states where we don't have members. We need you to think about the people who's already here that you're not thinking about. We need you to think about the men who's already here that can't even fill the positions that's necessary in the houses of prayers that we do have a presence in. In those states, I believe it's 27 states. We need you to think about the people who are here. We need you to care. We need you to be concerned about the ones that you're asking to give you 500 or $1,000 in 3 more days. How about we think about this for a moment? We have there's some things that are so sensitive right now that I don't want to report it. I'm going to say it this way. I'm going to say it one more time. Parents, keep your children beside you. Get them off these maids. If your sons are not within view on bandstands, have them by you as well. Keep your children in view. There's been issues with children. Sometimes during services, because they're not beside their parent. If you happen to be on a choir or you're busy doing something else, make sure your child is with some other adult that's a family member. For those of you involved in these things, no guarantees, no promises, no prophecy. But referees are coming. And a whole lot of things on the tape is going to be viewed so that they can make a decision on the play. Parents, keep your children with you. I think I'm winding up. This is the last. Okay. Yes. And as he prepares to get ready to go around to these different houses of prayer, 18 different cities he's getting ready to come to. In the next 30 days, he's preparing for 18 different cities to go to. What is it going to do? Is it going to help anybody? Is it going to do anything to assist anyone, or is he coming to take? The buses, you're on the buses, giving, taking up collections before he even arrived to get that, getting up on the platform, and then money coming down the aisle, give. And then Love March, more. After the Love March, then you got Addie's Club, lines, pastor. And then after that, come back up again. No, love gift is first. And pastors lining up. Why? Because every single week, every single Sunday, and throughout the week as well, in 137 locations around the country, every single week, the pastors are told to enforce the collecting and the raising of more love gifts. 137 locations every single week. If they only got $1, that's $137 a week for $1. For $10, you just got $1,370 every single week. If the whole congregation's total for that week was $10, if they got 100 per congregation, just $100, that's now $13,700 per week. If it's just $100 on Sunday for every house of prayer for love gift, just $100 in every house is $13,700 per week. Per week. Multiply that times 52 weeks. That's just $100. How many houses do you think are taking in more than $100 a week every Sunday for love gift alone? Just love gift. Not to mention the buses on the way, not to mention money collected before he arrives. Y'all don't understand this game that's going on. And then every service and attendance, his compensation to pay for his services is the Love March. On top of every single week. Y'all don't understand going around picking up. That's what I have for tonight. And I'm going to say this one more time. We're not talking a whole lot about what he's doing. Y'all not going to hear me talking a whole lot about what's going on. Only these announcements coming in, people calling to bring me this attention, that attention. I'm not worrying about, listen, they can go wherever they want to go. The people can do whatever they want to do. They can collect as much as they want to collect. Keep on swimming. Keep on swimming, said Dory from Finding Nemo. Every single thing they do, not going to worry about it. And you all will see why. So with that in mind, I'm done. Let's go ahead to comments, questions, and anything else. Those is confused. Okay, got it. A lot of comments, but comments just in agreement. Hello, everybody. And prices are outrageous. I'm sure this is about the economy right now. I went back to the store, I think this last week, picking up something, and I happened to like the the hot sauce flavored Cheez-Its. And even Buffalo, the same thing, I guess. But I saw that they're $5.99 a box. $5.99. Earlier this year, that same box of Cheez-Its, if I'm not mistaken, matter of fact, let me look it up. No, I'm not going to look it up. That same box of Cheez-Its, earlier this year, If I don't recall correctly, or if I do recall correctly, earlier this year, that same box was $2.97. The same store earlier this year, $2.97 every time you go to get that box. In 1 year, the price of Cheez-Its has doubled. It's now $5.98 just for a box of Cheez-Its. Why am I saying that? Because my $1 in 1 year shrunk to 50 cents. How did they do that? Because that $1 now that used to buy that same box for $2.97, that same dollar now is buying that same box for $5.98. It's double the price, taking off half of the value of my dollar. And it's happening to you all as well. So the economy, we have help. They're just not helping. We have help outside that's helping a whole lot more than the help that we have on the inside. Because the help we have on the inside is not helping at all. They're not taking care of the properties. They're not taking care of the apartments. They're not taking care of the maintenance of the houses of prayers. They're not taking care of the buses. People getting on the buses. Almost every time there's a trip, you're hearing about a bus breaking down and people having to sit on that bus for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours while waiting for some type of rescue mission for them to get another bus there, to get them off of that bus onto that bus. And there was one load of individuals that got off of one bus after waiting for 4 hours to get on another bus, and then that bus broke down. People, listen. It's time to use some sense, some common sense. That's all I'm saying. I know some of you don't like hearing this, but we need to hear it. Hello. Yes, very sad. Shame on UHOP. But it's not the house of prayer. It's the leadership. And I know I've said that they're terminated. The referee, they're going to determine the things that I said, whether it's a good call or whether it's a bad call. Referee. So let them keep on. The refs are coming to look at the play, a replay. Not the ornaments. Oh, the buttons. I'm sorry. Very sad. But people are proud of their accomplishments. These people gave $2,000 for this button. People are like, heck yeah, I'm going to wear my button. I'm not going to take off my button. I've seen some people with 8, 9, 10 buttons, and they're proud. And they should be. It's an accomplishment. I'm just saying, listen, all these buttons. Now, spiritually speaking, we don't, but some people don't know about scripture. And of course they don't, because they're not preaching about scripture. It's just about the buttons. So anyway, Kill is on the line. Kill is here. He's over in the Philippines, and yet he's here. And Dano, you can't beat the casino. Oh boy. And the thing is, it's so much money, and there's going to be a problem not prophesying. See, I got to practice fixing my speech and terminology, choice of words. Um, but there's a problem with all of this. Just pay attention. Okay. Um, Buying cars and buildings are sad. Yeah. People can't get anything, no help, no assistance, no food, getting kicked out of their homes. Right. But where's the help? We're saying we're going to help. You need any assistance? You need any assistance? You need any assistance? But no assistance. Okay. Uh, Dwayne. Hey, he's on. I work for Walmart. Yes, he's one of the managers out there in Texas, running a store. You can get them. They're free as an wow. If you work at Walmart, and matter of fact, I think my daughter was applying for last year. No, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I think, if not 2 years ago, it was three. But they were starting people out at Walmart at 17 to 18 or $19 per hour. 17 to 18 or $19 per hour. Plus, they give you free ramen. Listen, people. Anyway, our job is to create a mandate for the people. The committee, we're reviewing a lot of things so that we can be ready. So there's a part of this that I'm not telling you all. There's a part of this that I'm not telling you all. But the committee, we're just making sure that we're ready. Okay. So that's that. And yeah, we're just reviewing. That's all we're doing. Okay. As we are waiting on outside. All we got is promises of you'll get it back in double. Oh yeah. Yeah. Give me. And after collections, I pray that you get it back in double. And when we do, gimme, come on, give me that. Give them everything, which means translation, right? Glennishance. Yes, I remember hearing that too. 49 years, and I've never seen or heard of any help. Shake my head. Yeah, it's bad. It's really, really bad. I've heard the same thing. B. Meverdeman says, for over 60 years, give to us. Can we get some help? Well, hey, no. Trust in him. Call on him. This is where we are. Since when did the good book ever teach of the poor taking care of the rich? Very, very good question. Very good question. When did the poor in the scripture ever receive the instructions to take care of the rich? Absolutely. This is the point. We have, hey, Hamand is in the house. Hamand Taylor. This is Wiggy, one of the absolute best players in the entire organization. And y'all don't know. We have some individuals in the cut, we call it, back from Salisbury. This young man from Salisbury, Maryland, he did things with his tongue and that horn. He played high notes, and he would, and everybody stopped. And for all of you leaders out there, If you remember what I'm talking about, this is him. Nobody's been able to do it. And the notes make his trombone sound like a trumpet. Even, oh my gosh. But that is who we call Wiggy, Amon Taylor. Man, this is a pleasant surprise. Um, Teach, my brother. uh, Giovanni Johnson, that's what Haman said. Teach, my brother. Giovanni, Brother Lewis, what are you going to do differently for the UHOP? Oh my gosh. I am not doing anything differently. The collective body um, that will be coming together, um, or the members that will be voting on things put before them, they will be bringing things to the United House of Prayer. So some of the proposals that may very well be on the table, y'all see how working on the verbiage, some of the proposals that may very well be on the table, not may, that will be on the table, is for the G class program to be uh, no more, no more, um, and um, no more pastors offering, no more, no more um, love gifts being taken up, no more, no calls for love gifts, whatever, the marches and all of that. Mm-mm. Service, when you talk about worship, and then you're going to bring, you're bringing family and friends and visitors and guests. And no wonder we used to have banners outside and great big posters about convocation to advertise convocation. You don't see that no more. You know why? Because visitors and guests and friends, they're not coming for what? If they come, they're looking for a worship service. A worship service. They want to come to worship. And they want to do more than just hear band and choirs. Bum, 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 bum. They want to hear the word. And we can be in convocation season and have a 4.5 hour long service and have a 10-minute sermon where the beginning was a song and there might not have been any reading of scripture. And then you might get an introduction and you might get a thought and a theme. My thought for the day is, but then it has to point back to the leader. And then he may say, point to a band. And the band take up. And then you have a shout. And the family and the friends and the guests and the visitors, where was the word? Or if you get a sermon, it's got nothing to do with the word. So I said all that to say this. The whole service is built around not just entertainment, but money. And when you have a guest or a visitor or a friend or family member coming, and all they see is just money, 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 it's gotten so bad that the members of the House of Prayer don't even stay. You get members of the House of Prayer standing up to walk out because Love March or G-class reports, and especially Charlotte. You have so many houses of prayers in Charlotte. And this is what I'm saying. There's no way in the world every single year Charlotte keeps getting beat by Washington, D.C. I'm telling y'all, you better, if y'all don't use this, I told you, H Street Mission. And see, if y'all didn't believe it before, you can definitely believe it now, because they want you, he wants you to believe he announced he had H Street Mission. H Street Mission beat Charlotte. Mother House, they beat number 2. H Street beat North Charlotte. Even Biddleville back in the day was a monster house. H Street. But not only that, Charlotte, we can even go to, even Charlotte is such a beast when it comes to, I don't want to say beast. Charlotte is such a powerhouse. Charlotte is a powerhouse. And Charlotte is such a powerhouse that even one of the congregations in DC was named after Charlotte for all these years. And it was just nicknamed Washington number 2. And all them people with all that money, H Street, y'all know the kitchen. The nickname for Charlotte Mission was the kitchen. And when the kitchen get hot and the glorious sound, but we want to believe H Street beat everything. Anacostia, New York, Georgia, Virginia. Listen, over there in Alexandria, you got Jackson, Mr. Jackson. You're saying H Street. So let me go ahead and change the subject. That would be gone because we have so much information that the people can't trust in, that you're losing people's faith and trust in every single thing. And right now we're at a point where people can't even trust the bishop. The people know for a fact that the bishop lies left and right. Just the people know this. And now, I've said this before, and it's even more people. They get recordings and they just delete them. They're not even listening because they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear just the lies. So it'll be gone. When it comes to these broken down buses, gone. There will be no bus fees. You shouldn't be paying for no bus seat. I said before, when it comes to rent, there shouldn't be no rent for the members of the House of Prayer. And you shouldn't be having the different issues that you're having with the properties. Issues with even the maintenance in the houses of prayers. The managers of maintenance and the different parts of the houses of prayers. Cafeteria, you got the bishop's son managing Paradise. That's not a conflict of interest. Come on, people, y'all got to wake up. The bishop's wife over maintenance. That's not a conflict of interest. People. And now over Scholastic Achievement Awards. If you're doing everything properly and the right way, you don't need family and friends in everything around you. To have family and friends and everything around you just means that there's a whole lot of corruption. You need people who's going to be loyal to you. You need people that you can trust who's going to cover up your dirt and keep your secrets. So for all these years, you keep on seeing the same old people doing all kinds of things. And there's literally thousands of professionals and people who are experts in their field inside the organization who can tell you that they're doing all kinds of stuff wrong. They don't know what they're doing. So all of that would be, there's such a list of things that would be done over with and out. I said before, bands, they keep the money that they make. If they play downtown, so what? They play downtown. If you play at events and other places, so what? At least you're not out there selling drugs. At least you're not out there robbing anybody or purse snatching or carjacking people. We want to promote individuals that have a talent. Choirs, keep your money. You out there singing, you out there performing. There's all types of venues that you could be making legally and ethically to make money. We have individuals, I said this last week, out there right now making money from the talent that they got from the house of prayer. Is that something we should look down on? No, we should nurture that. So, no, nobody should be giving you no fine and demanding that you stop this, that, or the other. The names would not be on the buses in the first place. It's not that man's bus. His money didn't buy the bus. So what is your name doing on the bus? And it shouldn't be no names in front of the auxiliaries. That's not your elder board. The men are not there to preach about you. Of course, we understand that that's what they're doing because that's what they're demanded to do. But the job of a minister, preacher, is not to be called by that man's name. You didn't see a group of people out there talking about Paul's elders, Paul's apostles, Peter's deacons, Peter's choir. Mm-mm. Paul, in fact, said, who is Paul? Who is Apollos? One planteth, one watereth, but it's our Father who gives the increase. In other words, I'm a nobody. I'm nothing. I'm just being used. But we got a lot of people with heads that they got to have their name on everything. No, there's so many changes that would come. But again, it's not my decision. It's the decision of the people. Joshua, the poor has always made surplus for the rich. That's a different point, but yes, the poor has always made surplus for the rich. However, with Joshua's point, absolutely as well, that there's nowhere in the scripture that says the rich are to give and take care of and provide for the poor. Today, we have a lot of wealthy people taking advantage of the poor, but it's all through the scripture as well. We could take a guess and still keep the lights on. Why build so you can neglect them too? Right. If you're building in all these other states where we don't have anybody there, what would be the point? Of course, the point is to give the mind to the people that all these things are coming. Look at what's coming. Look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing. It's just talk, people. All it is talk. It's to keep you all excited to look forward to something that is not going to be there at all whatsoever. It's just like the talk about Buffalo, what I'm doing in Buffalo. I'm getting people prepared and going up to Buffalo. I get jobs. Who needs jobs? Every single thing that's being promoted, don't even bother touching it. Just don't even believe in it. And this is why people are throwing away recordings because they just know that he's lying. And now it's at a point where members, you're going to fill an application for assistance and you're getting a list of paper telling you to go up the street, go down the corner, go downtown, but no assistance coming from the house of prayer. So what did I come here for? I could have got this offline. In fact, that's all you did. Top places for financial help and basic necessity. Go to www, and it's right there on the paper. It's a joke. It is such a joke. So when you're a billionaire, Um, you can't say um, when you're building there, you can buy cars and buildings. The sky really is the limit. Yeah, right. But y'all gonna be very, very, very surprised when the referees come. I'll leave it there. Educated and smart. The more house of prayers, the more money in his pockets. Yes, but that money can't come if there's nobody in those houses of prayers. And then, how do you take care of those houses of prayers if there's nobody in those houses of prayers? It's just one big, again, scandal. Mm. It's just one more trick. The trick is to get you to believe in something that's not there. So if I tell you that this is what I'm doing, this is what we're using the money for, we're going to this, that, and the other, how is it that you're promoting and projecting into the minds of the people that you're going to build houses for every state we're going to build? But at the same token, you're telling people, give, give, give. We need more. We need more. We need more. And though you're going to do all of that, there's nothing for the people at all. It's just you got to watch and see without listening to the things being said. Giovanni, for one, it will operate as an actual charity rather than one man's giant collection plate. Exactly. It will actually be a charity. Thank you, Kill. Josh says there's going to be cloth on the field, and it ain't swaddling cloths. All kinds of plays. Flag on the play, flag, 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 flag. This is what he's getting at. Yes. And again, they're on their way. It seems like they don't have a conscience. There's so much ignorance. Keep exposing. Yeah, there is no conscience. There is absolutely zero conscience. But again, that's okay. That it is all good. Watch what we tell you. He's coming for another bag of money. Yes, he is. Absolutely. First quarter, 2026. 2026 collection. Yes. And again, just everybody sit back, get your popcorn, get your cotton candy, get your Hawaiian punch, and just sit back and just enjoy the show. Several bags. NBC, MBN, NC, I'm sorry. Proverbs 13:22, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Oh boy, you got to stop that. You know what you're doing. You know good and well what you're doing. Ghost, it's a great analogy. Absolutely, it is. MBNNC, Charlotte Mother House, and number 2 should go on strike and not give any G class for 1 year. Maybe the next year there'd be some respect put on their name and they'd be named number 1. But remember, they're not, yeah, they should stop giving. Everybody should pay attention to what's going on. Keep in mind now, going forward, there may come the time when there is no G-class program. And if it happens mid-year, there will be no announcement weekend. Just saying.
Caught that.
Got to practice. We talking about practice. That was my man there. AI, the answer. Won't be another one like him. Great analogy. Yes, it was Ghost. MB and MC, misappropriation of funds, taking money from one house and putting it on the names of folks at another house. Something like that. Something like that. It's a little bit more intricately orchestrated, and we in one of the recent videos in the past, we went in and we opened up. Just saying, and we talked about so that you all would understand. And then there's another one back a little bit where we talked about how this whole thing's kind of orchestrated. But again, the refs, they're going to point out the flags on the play. Okay. I'm not going to anymore. But recordings of the past. Okay. Um, so, Ms. Mintz, that would be great publicity for the organization anyway. Why hide from the public? Yeah, in a sense, it would be. Um, it very well would be. But the question is, should we do that if people are hungry over here? So you got a whole community over here and they're just gasping and they're hungry and they're just out and they can't, I can't do anything because I'm so hungry, so hungry. And well, we going out to build more houses of prayers. It just, mm-mm. um, Golden Boy. So many musicians that only know music, but told not to use their talent and God-given gift to attain an ability to keep a roof over your head with said gift. All you know is that bone or that tone, baritone, and that trombone, or that bass horn, sousaphone, or the trumpet, or the crash cymbals. You'd be surprised. People making money. Psh, Philadelphia Orchestra. People getting paid. And this man walks in with a big old bag and crash cymbals. And you got this concert going on. And his job is to wait while reading music. And he's wait. Now that man doing that, he getting $80,000, $90,000. Crashed the cymbals twice in a 7-minute. And the bands, and we got cymbal players, and there was one young man playing the cymbals in Miami up on the balcony. Oh my gosh. And he would twirl the cymbals around. Y'all should be making all kinds of money. These musicians, was it the Invaders and the Bumblebees, New York, and Thunderbirds? New York had the Invaders, the Thunderbirds, and the Bumblebees. If y'all go on YouTube and look them up, back then, y'all don't know. Elder Edward Babb, and the Bumblebees, they played around the world. If they can do that, why not now? The music has progressively, it's on a whole nother level. But they should be making money. We have a band member right now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's right around $400,000 a year playing outside. I was just given this information this week, early part of this week, playing outside. He's making $400,000 a year. But we are telling these people with this talent, just like you said, no, don't do that. And if you make money, you need to give it in here. What is that telling you? Use your heads. Um, the practice has to go and glad to hear. That practice, yes. Keep your money. The CD sales in the House of Prayer, same thing. That's your money. DVDs is yours. Uh, that money should not be kept. That's called exploitation. If we're using you and putting all your talents, listen, let me show y'all how this thing works. Not only are they selling the music and keeping that money for the organization, but the bands don't get anything and the choirs don't get anything, right? But also, when you write testimonies and when you send your testimonies into Washington, and they take those testimonies and print them inside of a magazine, and people purchase those books with your testimonies, you've just been exploited. You've been exploited once again. Because now I can make money off of your testimonies. So every single year, they look for the members around the organization to send in testimonies, testimonies, testimonies. And it is a known fact that if you testify about anything other than the leader, your testimony is either not going to make it, it's going to get trashed, or they're going to doctor it up. They're going to change your testimony and put stuff in it. You got people who was reading, looking for their testimony, and while they're reading, wait a minute, I don't know nothing about this. Who put this stuff in? This ain't my testimony. This is my picture. This is my name. This is my story. But this is not my testimony. They doctor them up. And it's been going on for years. Okay. But these things, again, the people don't know, and there's no way you would have known unless somebody came along to actually direct your attention to it. Josh says it's not uncommon for someone whose seat and position is being threatened to start promising more and more. The old look at what you'll lose if I'm not here trick. Oh, wow. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Wow. What he said is it's common for people who are in a position that feels as if they're being threatened to lose it, that if they're going to be removed for whatever reason, if they start feeling the pressure for them to start making promises, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. Y'all need to get excited because y'all got so much coming. There's so much that's coming. And we're going to get this, and it's coming soon. And that's what he's saying. So for the people to start looking down the line and visualizing what it could be to help them remain in that position is the point that he made. That's a very good point. Never thought of that. Look at what you'll lose if I'm not here, trick. Wow. Josh also said, might as well file your taxes at UHOP block, not H&R block, but UHOP fat block. They're going to want those returns too. Yeah, your taxes, which is why the things in the House of Prayer, they've set it up. They've set things up the way that they set it up on purpose. It's all set up on purpose. The timing of things. So if you sit down and think about what's happening in this country all year long and look at your calendar and then write down what's going on inside the House of Prayer at that time of the year, then you'll be able to see what's going on. What's going on in the House of Prayer, and sit down and look at what's going on in the country. You will see why they set those dates up like that inside the House of Prayer. Ms. Mint says your gift will make room for you. Right. But wait, you have to give 100% of it. Right. Absolutely. Not just 10%. 400,000 towards your fees, though. And he says, "Thank you, Addie." um, but again, this is their salary. We're not talking about benefits. We're talking about $400,000 a year salary. Miss Mintz, exploitation, exploitation. Noun, the action or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. And she posted that that definition because I said we have individuals being exploited. In the music, you're being exploited. The individuals with the magazines, your testimonies, we're making money off of y'all's testimonies. Y'all being exploited. Choirs, you're being exploited. In fact, when y'all travel, choirs and bands, you're being even further exploited because you are the show. Matter of fact, where's it at? You are the show. How do we do it? Okay. Bands and choirs. You are the show. You. Ask yourself this question. What would a service in the house of prayer be without you? What would any service as they stand right now, any service, what would it be without you? The number one commodity in the house of prayer is the band. Period. Point down. Number one. The number one attraction are the bands. Number two, choirs. Number one, bands, and then choirs. After that, your guess is as good as mine, because it certainly is not the preacher. People don't get no sermons. They're not getting the word. The band and the choir. That's when people travel, that's why they're coming. Which is why whenever there's an anniversary, they invite bands and they invite choirs. They do invite guest speakers, but the people not there to hear the guest speaker. The people are there to hear the bands and the choirs. And y'all want to know who knows that? The bands and the choirs know. Now, if you have a speaker that's controversial, if you have a speaker, I'm sorry, it just hit me why people would come whenever I was a guest speaker. I was a guest speaker all around the country. And whenever I was guest speak, people would come. I was so controversial. The council nicknamed me Loose Cannon, but I would preach about you, your mama, your daddy, your children, your brothers and sisters, your pastor, your job. I would preach about me. I preach whatever. If it's there, I'm going to preach about it. And people were loving it. Even children would be on the edge of their seat the entire, and I didn't give no 10 minutes. A lot of people would make jokes about it, but I'm going to be up at least 40, 45. Sometimes I went almost an hour giving the word, taking your time, and people loved it. What is my point? We're not looking at a group of people who are evil and wicked and just, yeah, people messing up, people doing all kinds of stuff that's wrong throughout the house of prayer, just like all these other organizations. But why is it? It's because their leadership is doing a bunch of wrong all over the house of prayer. They don't have a whole lot of people that they can see as an example. Okay, so with that in mind, with that in mind, uh, Joshua says, even if all it does is garner sympathy, emotional manipulators love it. Right, right. Even if it just gets you that sympathy alone, well, they love it. We are dealing with a bunch of narcissists in here, and all of us have mental problems because we've been dealing with narcissists without knowing it. So, if nothing else, we're really dealing with every single one of us narcissistic abuse disorder. We all got cases of PTSD that we don't know nothing about. I guarantee you, you keep walking around the halls of the house of prayer long enough, you might you might see somebody walking by, and every time you turn around, they got a little twitch. And I'm just teasing, but my point is that we got some serious problems because we've been dealing with people who over us had some serious issues that were unresolved. And so no wonder we're in this situation. But the good news is that he knows what he's doing and he loves these people so much. It's just like um, Jared Smith said from Heliocentric Channel. It's just like he said. Jared was so touched by the members of the House of Prayer. He said you can't help but fall in love with these people. And he was so touched that look at the videos that he did. He came out hard, slamming hard. And the way that he was touched. And that's why he talked about Elder Young, Mr. Young. Because if nothing else, at least Mr. Young, Donald Young, that man, I think it's Donald, uh, not his name. I'm saying I don't think there's any other Youngs, but and we're like this. Back in the day in Philadelphia, we came up as the youth pastors in the state. We had that state rolling, and the pastors got jealous. Okay, they had anyway. At least, if nothing else, Mr. Young and Jared Smith told you in the video that man. He said, if all of the elders were like him, if the leaders were like him. Now, some people may be thinking all kinds of things. What Jared was saying and what I'm saying is this: it's all in the approach. He knows how to approach people, he knows how to show a care and a concern for people. He knows how to make people feel welcomed. It's not a trick in it. He's good with people. And that's what Jared appreciated most about him. And not only that, but when talking to him, Jared, don't get it twisted, is a very educated man. I'm not going to go into his background, but he's a very educated man. And for him to say that he was impressed because obviously Mr. Young know a little bit of something, something, that's a huge compliment. So what I'm getting at is people not traveling all over the place for the sermons. They're traveling for the bands and the choirs. And everybody around here knows this. Um, Golden Boy says, yes, just pointing out how knowing his salary to them means, hey, you owe us this much. Yeah. Um, it's really it's a shame because I did a video about how much money and what I came up with, the minimum. I did very modest numbers. I used some very, very low numbers that you all knew was low on that video. And the minimum I came up with, I think, was $418,000. Um, I think it was a week, either a week or every other week when I did the math. $418,000 per week or every other week. And that was extremely, just guessing, but it was low numbers. Uh, as an idea, um, to give you an idea, we talked about buses. And let's say we said two buses going here all over the organization. Let's say they have, let's say 10,000 or $5,000 each, just 5,000. Okay. Or let's just say, and we did very modest numbers. It equated to about 400, either 18 or $19,000 a week or every other week. It's so much. Y'all just don't understand. Um, Golden Boy said, give God everything. Yeah. Miss Mintz. Yep. The band is the main attraction, period, point blank. Absolutely. Absolutely. Miss Mintz said, these bands have fan clubs. Golden Boy, so true. And yes, they do. And we're not going in that direction. Anyway, moving on. Joshua, you don't want to. Anyway, Joshua, we're definitely not going to anniversaries for an hour-long brothers versus sisters rally. Right. And we had plenty of hour-long brother versus sister rallies. Um, I, Me and my wife, we went to the mother house in Charlotte one night, and we were going to service, wanted to enjoy the service. We made it. We survived through the house offering. And if y'all haven't been to see a house offering that night, I think there was visitors there, and there was something going on. Oh no, they were getting ready for uh, his arrival. His visit was like a few days away, and that's what it was. So they were preparing for his visit. It was not like that ordinarily any other time, but right before he comes, all over the organization, people they wig out. They get so we made it through the financial part of the service. Now we're looking forward to the word. Want to see who's going to speak. Then they came out, and we're going to ask all those individuals who want to round off. And okay, well, we'll stick it out. Maybe see if they're going to be 5 or 10 more minutes. Nope, they had about 8, 9 people with pants. I need time for us to go. Um, so that point is very, 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 very true. According to Shay, hey, whenever I hear a UHOP sermon, I never know what the speech is about, but they end up shouting. And that's true. There's one right now online. And who was this? This young man sung a song. And by the end of that song, so by the time they got to, it's not a song, I just made noise. By the time they got to the end of that song, house go up, point to the band. That was it. Everybody shouting. No word. And people, no word. So, what's the point I'm making? I'm saying we got some of the absolute most 100%, no lie, no doubt, spiritually malnourished people in the entire planet. I think. Because people going for the music, They're not going for the word. In fact, if the ones who give the word were cooks and chefs, ah, we'd been out of business a long time ago. Um, so then they said, especially when the clouds play, yeah, that offering, you're going to be an hour, and don't let them tune up. People be crying. Clouds, oh gosh, Portsmouth, the sounds, and when you had the Stones, oh, numbered, oh boy, these bands are ferocious with some music. Um, Miss Mint said, "Them clouds play." I told the storm. Uh, so we got a lot of fans, um, and a bunch of people all over the organization can start naming bands right now. Some of y'all right now looking at these videos, and y'all talking about bands. And now you're laughing because I'm saying that you're talking about bands, and y'all know that's exactly what y'all doing. Joshua says Jared saw the "What can I do for you" in him, not the "What can you do for me" so many others have. Absolutely, absolutely. What can I do for you, not what can you do for me? And in that approach, you will win people every single time. Every single time, you're going to win people. Um, Josh says we need more pans. Oh, uh, going next. Mother House is the worst. They're really not. It's some other ones that I've seen some whoppers. Mother House got some issues from time to time. It depends on what's coming up that week. But we've been there in the Mother House throughout the week sometimes, and we had a nice time. A few times during the break, when you get those old hymns going and the people just with the tambourine, right? And they just listen. That Mother House, because it's kind of spread out, they have a thing in the ceiling. And when you talk, your voice is amplified and you don't need a microphone. So we were there one night and I started just another day that the Lord He has kept me. And then the people join in. And when you get the Mother House, and y'all, same thing with another house, number 2 during noonday service. Noonday service, number 2. I don't have to say no more. Uh, Amen. Stop. You're making me laugh, Kareen. Oh. Malnourished and fat, Golden Boy. Hello, family. Hey there, Josh Weber's. Saying it, Brother Lewis. Um, but that's all the comments. That's all we have tonight. We want to thank you all for joining us in in our fellowship. I'm losing my voice and my throat is a little sore. And you must be right, you all, that Lewis can talk. But it's not so much me, it's you all, because I said in these fellowships, as long as y'all have a comment, you have a question, we're going to answer it so that we can give you all understanding. And this is why these videos end up going longer, because we don't have anything like this where the people can come together and congregate and just enjoy one another's company, which is why we call this the online fellowship. Um, Joshua says, nothing a big bag of spicy cheeses can't solve. Not at no $6. But Ghost says that would be lovely. Absolutely. And it's come, we're going to one day see a lot of these things, perhaps, maybe, come into fruition where we can all just enjoy with our own box of Cheez-Its like Lay's. Get your own bag, get your own box. Um, so we want to thank you all for coming in and enjoying the time with us Take care of yourself, Brother Lewis. I am. My wife is on it. My mother as well. Y'all saw, she said, get some sleep. Uh, so we are. We hope that you all take care of yourselves too. We hope that you all enjoyed your time with us. We hope that you had a beautiful weekend. We also hope that you have a beautiful upcoming week. This is the end of the year coming up and the beginning of a brand new year coming up. Whatever has been done in this year, let us just not look back in the past and let us look forward into the future where we can all be a blessing, a help, a positive influence, a motivating factor, and nothing less than encouragement to one another. Because down here in this earth, in our lifetime, naturally speaking, physical bodies, all we have truly is one another. We have our Father, yes, we have the Savior as well. However, down here, all we have is one another. For those who may not be carrying, for those who may not understand the Ruach HaKodesh, may not be carrying what was left to help guide us, we truly are our brother's keeper. So thank you all for joining in with us. Everything in this video is covered by alleged where we misspoke. Thank you, sir. Going by 100% LOL. Always a pleasure. Not with all the bioengineered ingredients. Oh, they're talking about the Cheez-Its. Yeah, I'm not doing Cheez-Its anymore. Even though we want to remember 1 Timothy 4:4. All things are good if it be received with thanksgiving. Not with all the bowing. I was late, but glad I was able to catch tonight's live. Absolutely. We're glad that you were able to make it. Love you all. Have a great night. Thank you very much. Love you all. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. And there may be a video coming out later this week. I have to make a phone call. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. And we'll see you in the next video.